What is going on, guys? I hope you're having an amazing day. Today we're going to be looking at Ben Shapiro covering Barack Obama. Apparently Barack Obama has some type of crazy stuff going on up in his past that he was covering up, and apparently Ben Shapiro knows something about it. Now, believe it or not, guys, I was 8 years old when Barack Obama was in office, so I really don't know that much about Barack Obama as a president as it stands now. I wasn't really into politics when he was the president. When he left office, I was like 15 years old when he left office. So I'm pretty young. I'm only I just turned 23. I was about 15 when he left office. When Trump got in office, and I heard, everybody was like, "Oh, Trump is a terrible president. Trump is terrible." I didn't know anything about him. Wait, why? The only thing that I know about Barack Obama is that when he went in office, he had a couple of million, and then when he left office, he had tens of millions. Like, apparently he had tens of millions of dollars. So that's all I really know about Barack Obama. So everything that I find out from this story is going to be completely new to me, most likely. Without further ado, let's get right into the video.
If I told you that there was a biographer of Barack Obama who uncovered a bunch of bombshells about him years ago, and the media just ignored all those bombshells. Well, that's precisely what happened. There's a massively important interview over at Tablet Magazine, which is a great website that's worth the read. They did an interview with a historian named David Garrow, who wrote a Pulitzer Prize-winning biography of Martin Luther King. And then in 2017, he had a biography of Barack Obama in his early years, and it was called Rising Stars.
Okay.
By all rights, it should have been like a massive hit, this book, because it actually uncovered a bunch of stuff about Obama that the media never would have covered. Like, for example, the fact that in Dreams from My Father, which is almost entirely fictionalized, apparently, according to David Garrow, that when Barack Obama wrote his first memoir, Dreams from My Father, he has an incident where he broke up with a white girlfriend, supposedly because she couldn't understand why he wanted to get in touch with his black identity. And what actually happened is that she broke up with him because he was covering for raving black anti-Semites. That's what David Garrow uncovered. Media never checked into it. They never found the girlfriend. They never dug into anything remotely related to Barack Obama. By the way, other revelations included in this book were actual handwritten letters from Barack Obama to one of his girlfriends talking about his, and this is a direct quote, repeatedly fantasizing about making love to men. I mean, that's pretty bombshell kind of stuff, no? I mean, pretty wild and salacious. None of it received virtually any coverage at the time.
Wait.
But why? And the answer is because the media, when Barack Obama rose to the presidency, and as he made that rise, the media decided that they were now the actual Praetorian Guard. They were always biased to the left, but there's certainly a level of baseline honesty that required them to still report on things. And then Barack Obama rose to the level of the presidency, and every institution was weaponized on behalf of this man personally. That's actually what happened. The entire comedic institutional structure, for example, said it is forbidden to make jokes about Obama. You cannot make jokes about this absolutely self-obsessed, ridiculous man because he is actually a messianic figure. You remember that Chris Rock said that he's like the country's dad.
That is very true.
This is the kind of, so comedy, out. Entertainment.
Okay, wait, so first off, I just want to say Ben Shapiro really does not like Barack Obama at all. First off, let me say that. Second off, so it's very strange. I have been seeing these rumors lately, like, just a couple of days ago. Is this like what it's coming from? That Barack Obama is gay, apparently. That's the new thing that I've been seeing going around Twitter a lot. Is that where this is coming from, this story that Ben Shapiro is covering right now? Because that's actually insane. His girlfriend broke up with him because he said he likes making love to men, and also because he had black anti-Semitic friends. I don't know what to really say about that. That's very interesting. Let's keep going.
Out. They were all worshiping at the altar. The media, out. And our public institutions also started reflecting everything with regard to Obama. David Samuels of Tablet, who's interviewing Garrow, he said, Rising Star highlights a remarkable lack of curiosity on the part of mainstream reporters and institutions about a man who almost instantaneously was treated less like a politician and more like the idol of an inter-elite cult. And it's true, like the entire tech world revolved around Barack Obama. He became like the center of the political universe. Everybody thinks the center of the political universe is Donald Trump, but that's not actually right. The center of the political universe since 2008 has been Barack Obama. Donald Trump is a reaction to Barack Obama. Joe Biden is a reaction to Donald Trump and happens to be the third term of Barack Obama, since every person in position of major staffing power is a Barack Obama acolyte. Barack Obama, by the way, still resides most of the year in Washington, D.C., and it's amazing to me that nobody's actually attempted to track down how much does Barack Obama actually talk with all the people who used to work with him and shape policy inside the Biden administration. And again, the corruption of all of our institutions on the back of Barack Obama's personal self-obsession is truly an amazing thing. So David Garrow, this biographer of Obama, he says in this interview, quote, he has no interest in building the Democratic Party as an institution. I think that's obvious. I don't think he had any truly deep, meaningful policy commitments other than the need to feel and to be perceived as victorious, as triumphant. But
So-
because all the institutions went into defend Obama mode, that has carried forward to Joe Biden.
Well, hold on really quick, guys, before I, keep going. So you mean to tell me that, so from what Ben just said right here, Barack Obama most likely or could possibly be still have a lot of influence in the White House? Is that what Ben Shapiro is trying to claim right here? And I'm not even saying it's impossible. It could be highly probable, actually, but except that's a very interesting concept. I've heard a couple of other people say this type of thing, but I've never seen any basis for it. But at the same time, I could see it, being possible because he knows a lot of those people up there, especially with the Joe Biden, team. He knows all of them, of course, because Joe Biden was his vice president. So this is very interesting. And all of this other stuff that was covered up too is very interesting too. So you mean to tell me this whole entire time a lot of people knew about this but never really reported on it because they just seen Barack Obama as a amazing figure? Except as soon as Trump does something like one thing wrong, they like to report on every single thing that he does. This is very strange. Very strange.
And here's the thing. They could get away with it when it actually was Barack Obama, because Barack Obama had this sort of messianic quality to him. Right? He was actually a really good speaker. He was actually a celebrity type. Okay. But Joe Biden isn't. And so as that mask is stripped away, and as the media have just been demonstrably proved to be members of that inter-elite cult, of course faith in them has absolutely plummeted. And of course the country has polarized because the institutions that at least used to have sort of a baseline goal and purpose they had to fulfill, even if there was political bias involved, everyone distrusts those institutions now, and for absolutely good reason. And what that also means is it's very easy when an institution fails to immediately attribute it to this sort of inter-elite cult status. Is it failure or is it malice? Now, I've said many times that I try to attribute as much as I can to stupidity rather than malice. But the problem is when malice has been pursued over and over and over again against a particular point of view, at a certain point, you start to see that maybe it's not stupidity, maybe it is malice. That doesn't mean all of it's malice, but it means it's easy to over-attribute to malice rather than to stupidity, which leads to further political polarization.
Okay.
And that seems to be what's been happening all over the place, institutionally speaking, in the United States, to really grave effect, by the way, because what it means is that each side is now bouncing off the other. Republicans are reacting to anything Democrats say by saying that if Democrats hate it, we must love it, which is a bad idea. And Democrats are reacting to anything the Republicans say by saying that if Republicans like it, we must hate it. All of that was created by the Barack Obama era. This is not Donald Trump's era. This is still Barack Obama's era. We're just living in the aftermath of that era. Really? As I've said many times about Donald Trump, people say that he killed American politics, destroyed American politics. Donald Trump was not the murderer. Barack Obama was the murderer. Donald Trump is the coroner who stumbled on the body and declared it dead. Are you tired of the lies and the twists of the mainstream media?
Okay, I think that's the end of the video. Okay, guys, that was a very interesting video by Ben Shapiro right there. I think, so the one thing that I thought was very interesting he said was that Barack Obama was still pulling the strings on essentially is what he's saying is that Biden is a puppet. Also the other thing that he just said right there that I thought was interesting is he said this is still Obama's, run, basically. This is still Obama's time, basically. That Trump is the one that just exacerbated the issues that have been caused by Obama, which is very interesting from Ben Shapiro, because I thought Ben Shapiro wasn't really a big fan of Trump. But still, I think he just does not like Obama even more, which is fair because Obama did a lot of, crazy things. I know a lot of people think that he's the worst president of their lifetime. Like I said, I was very, very young when he was in office, so I have no idea exactly what he did, his policies that he created. The only thing I know about is Obamacare. And even to the extent that I know about that, I don't even know how bad it was for the country. But I heard that it was very bad, apparently. Yeah, I still don't know. But with that being said, this is an interesting video by Ben Shapiro. I think that this was the video that was being all over Twitter, like not the video, but like the story that was all over Twitter to where they were like, oh, Obama is gay. It was just confirmed that Obama was gay. I think that's what this story is that he's covering right here. That also had like a lot of other different points. So, of course, everybody's going to just focus on the gay part. He said, with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Peace.